And an Ichiban Hulk Hogan for the Hulkster. Which Tony Khan did not do a graphic or say anything about, and that's because he worked himself into a shoot, brother, and we're about to talk about that in a minute here. But speaking of people talking shit and then looking stupid, Fightful Wrestling reported that Leyla Hirsch has been contacted by WWE for a tryout as a referee. Awesome. I quote tweeted that shit and went, great. Not from Fightful because I'm blocked by them, but I'm not allowed to see the news. But I was like, good. She should do this. Don't listen to sickos telling you that this is, because people were like, oh, the grass ain't greener, which like they're not even using that expression correctly. Also, they're saying shit like that's disrespectful. Meanwhile, none of you guys gave a fuck about Leyla Hirsch when she was in AEW. And I'm sitting there like, dude, don't miss this opportunity because you could possibly do ref Jessica Carr. That's her name, right? Calix. And you could wrestle on Evolve. You could wrestle on those NXT house shows and put people over. You can give people real advice on shoot wrestling and shit backstage. You are like that, what's her name? Vicky DeErico, that ref who's very pretty, who's a shoot boxer, right? You can be like that. You're a shoot wrestler. That's a perfect role for you. Just be a referee. You'd be awesome in that role. And that could be a great career for you. You get to travel the world, still be in the business, maybe have some matches on Evolve and shit, wear a mask, put some people over. Hey, it's all good. And then, sickos, of course, are shitting all over WWE and everything. Fightful then reports, okay, so they quote tweet their own report and they go, in an update on the story, those in WWE and close to Hirsch say that she contacted WWE to communicate interest in a referee position. The tryout was then approved. So if Fightful is accurate here, okay, if they're reporting real shit, all you sickos look so stupid.
Idiot.
And it was Leyla who reached out to WWE with a brilliant idea of, I could be a referee. And all of you clowned her because you don't give about these wrestlers.
Shut up, bitch.
That's the thing, man. You just want to see flips and dives and get mad about WWE all the time. So Neckbeard said, I can't wait for Tony Khan and AEW's tribute to Hulk Hogan after banning Hogan from AEW. And of course, the sickos will praise Tony for it. So, Linda Hogan said this, watching the looting, it's all Afro-Americans, not sure how robbing and stealing set the record straight, but if they want to be heard, they need to be civilized. What the f- is this even in reference to? Jesus Christ. So that's a tweet from Linda Hogan, of course, divorced from Hulk Hogan. She said this, I believe. I don't know. That lady's a wreck, dude. We did like a 20-minute segment roasting her. And so Tony Khan goes, You've now joined your husband in being banned from all AEW shows. Congratulations. She would never go to an AEW. Tony Khan, he didn't show a graphic. AEW didn't put out a tweet or say, our condolences, even though when superstar Billy Graham died, they're like, oh, we remember Billy Graham, like they said it on commentary quick. Schiavone brought up Hulk quickly. Tony didn't like that, like Tony Khan. And it's because he worked himself into a shoot. Now, he wishes he could. He wishes he could say, we remember the icon, and show a picture of Ichiban Hulk Hogan with Inoki. That Tony Khan wishes. He wishes he could do a Hulk Hogan, an Ichiban Hulk Hogan Memorial Battle Royal at Wrestle Dream. He wishes he could do that, but he talks shit and he did this like, you guys are banned, right? So now, again, like Chelsea Green, he gets attacked by the sickos if he does do it, and the wackos. He's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. If he puts up a graphic, he gets attacked by sickos for like, why did you do that? And then he gets attacked by wackos for being like, Hogan had nothing to do with AEW, blah, blah, blah. But if he doesn't do it, then sickos are freaking out like he shouldn't do it, they're already freaking out anyways, and then the wackos are attacking him regardless, going, he's a disgusting man, like he should do this. I've seen all types of shit about Tony Khan out there, he should do this, he's a coward, he's spineless, he doesn't love wrestling, like he can, all these things I've seen tweeted about him. He's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't, ultimately. And Tony Khan was for sure a little Hulkster at one point in his life. That's irrefutable, man. Everybody is. And yeah, if he does it, then he gets attacked. And if he doesn't do it, he gets attacked. It's a lose-lose for Tony Khan. I tweeted that out. And he shouldn't even. I think just him being silenced the way to go. Because if he does tweet some shit out about it, then he looks like a hypocrite, and everyone like Meltzer, Meltzer like shitting on Hogan too pretty much already. He's like, he didn't save wrestling. He saved the Fed, maybe, but not wrestling. Meanwhile, Dave Meltzer, I almost guarantee someone will dig up a quote of him saying, or liking or retweeting someone saying Tony Khan saved wrestling in 2019. But to think that is true, but Hulkster, what he did isn't greater. Hulkster doesn't have a greater impact than Tony Khan is crazy. And I know Dave's going to go that route. I also think Dave is responding to my tweets through other sickos. Okay. I think he is. It's just the flutes have been in his face way too long at this point. And I've put a couple tweets out there to where I've seen him respond to other people that are saying something along the lines of what I'm saying. And then he just has to go off on it. And then it's giving me fuel for my goddamn show. It's like way too funny. It's like almost too coincidental. So maybe that's just conspiracy, Phil, and I'm looking too deep into it, but I swear that's what he's doing. Like, he had to have seen the fake Blue Sky account of him that's like, I play flutes, I listen to PWT, and he quote tweeted it and responded to it. I put out a tweet the other day saying Dave, it would be the crazy guy outside of the Circle K that you give change to if it wasn't for wrestling. Then he goes on this long diatribe about like my greatness would prevail like in so many other categories if I didn't do wrestling or whatever. Meanwhile, he can't even say he calls Patrick Mahomes Patrick Mahomes and Cuervo. Can't even get names right. He's such a dumb fuck. So he's just losing his mind and his narcissism seeping through, and it's just fucking hilarious. And I don't even really know how we got on the topic of Dave, but anyways, Sami Zayn had this to say about Kenny Omega. So someone posts, Drain Bamager says, this is the anniversary of 14 years ago today. Kenny Omega wrestled the 9-year-old girl Haruka, was a member of Stardom's inaugural training class. One of the best things you will ever see in wrestling. And this is what's wild about Kenny Omega and all these sickos trying to jump on Rossi Ogawa when it's like, you all are okay with them trading little fucking girls. Kenny, you even wrestled one of them. So, like, don't even fucking talk to anyone about or imply anything when it comes to Rossi or anyone. So you guys remember this. He wrestled a kid 14 years ago today. Jim Cornette fucking realized his feud with Kenny Omega would be everlasting. And then Sami Zayn said one of Kenny's finest, truly brilliant. Drunk uncles do that on trampolines, wrestle their nephews and shit. You know what I mean, dude? I don't know if it's that impressive. It's a full-grown man wrestling a little girl. So Hulk Hogan, the greatest of all, this is what Sting had to say. Can't thank you enough for all that you did for me and for wrestling fans all over the world. I love you and I will miss you, my friend Terry Bollea, R.I.P. And Tony Khan can't do shit about this, right? You can't say anything about him doing that. So AEW Dynamite scored a 608,000. NXT did a 747,000. If you guys are on the member show, you guys know we got sent this meme and I dropped it in the Discord, and I guess Awful got it somewhere down the line and made a video out of it. Yeah, it's pretty bad, man. 608,000, and then NXT popped a huge number. And I mean, they're 2 weeks removed from All in Texas B. You think it would be, things are turning around, you know? You think it would be better than that. AEW did 608K, 0.14, third in hour 1 behind MLB and Fox News, second in hour 2 behind MLB, lower end in 18 to 49. More details in the issue. Fox News is like 5 shows, by the way. AEW Dynamite garnered. So here's what the real tweet should be, okay? Because Giri does this exact same tweet. We cover it here all the time. If it's Raw, SmackDown, AEW, doesn't matter. He does this exact same tweet, whether it's good or bad. He just tweets out what the facts are. So this is what Dave thinks he's doing, but really he's a shilling loser who owns 3% of the company now. How could I be a loser? We're making money this year. Oh, I mean, Tony Khan's making money this year. Giri says AEW Dynamite garnered its second lowest 18 to 49 rating of the year, although the audience was up slightly from last week. Dynamite averaged 608 viewers, up 3% from last week, with a 0.14 in the 18 to 49, down 7%. Per Programming Insider, as always, these numbers do not include the Max simulcast. Year over year, Dynamite was down 23% in total viewers, while the 18 to 49 rating was down 46%. So Matt Jackson, one of the Young Bucks, had this to say on Instagram. He said, would never have been a wrestler if I didn't watch the Hulkster. Always so kind to me and my family. Made videos for my son that we'll cherish forever. So gracious, even when nobody was watching. So I wonder what sickos are jumping down fucking Matt Jackson's throat, you know? AEW star Leo Rush says he is not going to jump in on the hate train in regards to Hulk Hogan's death. So there you go, man. Like the AEW roster staying super classy, the ones who are willing to speak up. Speaking of classy, Blue Panther comments on Danielson wearing his mask at AEW All in Texas. He says it was impressive because it got viral. I got calls and messages from a lot of people, and now they're saying I have 4 kids. I was like, hold on, it's 3. And they responded with, no, it's 4, just like Blue Panther Jr., Hio, de Blue Panther, and Dark Panther. With all respect to Danielson, he's not my son. He's my idol. Damn. Fighting as a tag team with him here at Arena Mexico would be a dream come true. The option and the possibility are open. It would be a matter of speaking with my immediate superiors, and through all of you, they would listen to this request. Damn, so huge praise from a legend to Danielson. Speaking of huge praise, Will Washington says, my relationship with Hulk Hogan is complicated because I was a big Hulkamaniac as a kid, and I mourned that relationship a decade ago. Still, his legacy in pro wrestling is undeniable. He shaped an era, and he took the business to unimaginable heights. So Washington staying classy there. Good to see. Stay classy, San Diego. So they announced a tournament bracket, but they had no one like in there. All we knew is that it was blank, 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 but then FTR beat Jet Speed and advanced before we even heard the rest of the participants. Tony Khan's got to stop doing that. Like, he can't even book a fucking tournament properly. It's so shitty, man. I don't know why he doesn't understand how fucking bad and poorly booked that, like how shittily that comes across when he does that. So Wrestle Purist tweets out, according to those spoken to, they haven't heard that Jay White is, and this is according to Fightful, I guess, heard that Jay White is close to a return from injury. In fact, they've heard the opposite. White has also been dealing with a shoulder injury on top of his hand injury. Sources in AEW have said that White had been weighing whether or not to get shoulder surgery, though it hasn't been said if that decision was made. If so, it's possible he'd miss the rest of the year. That fucking sucks, dude. Get healthy. The Bang Bang Gang, I think Juice and like Austin Gunn are teaming up. I don't know why the Gun Bros are still in AEW, dude. Obviously, they have contracts, so that would be why, but they need to get the fuck out of there as quick as they can already. Like, enough. Adam Copeland pays a heartfelt tribute to Hulk Hogan. So Edge had this to say. He said, oh, as a kid, he made me believe I could catch my dreams, you know? What a gift. He then helped me catch some of them. He was the inspiration that made me believe I could be a wrestler. Forever changing the course of my life. He was the hero I needed at a pivotal time in my development. Oh, thanks, Terry. I'll miss you and our talks. Love you, brother. So there you go. Staying classy, the Rated R Superstar. I remember when they won the tag belts and fought the Un-Americans and shit. So AEW's viewership on HBO Max declined during the NBA and NHL playoffs. Viewership on the streaming platform is concentrated in the 18 to 49 demographic per The Observer, but HBO Max's main key demo is like 25 to 50, whatever the fuck, I thought. Like, that's publicly been out there. I am fairly certain we brought that to the show, okay? So I just think Dave, we can't trust anything he says about that shit, but at least he admits their viewership was low at some point in time. For once, you know. MJF says Seth Rollins will go down as one of the greatest in WWE history. He says Seth Rollins is a freak of nature. He's going to go down as one of the greatest faces in the history of the company, the same way I'm going to go down as one of the biggest faces in the history of my company. When you think of these promotions, when you think of WWE, you think Seth. When you think of AEW, you think me. I find him to be extraordinarily talented. I feel horrible about his knee. It sucks. Yeah, MJF, dude, he's definitely going to slap Tony in the face when he goes to WWE one day. And I just wonder how Tony's going to deal with that. I think that will be such a dagger in the heart to AEW. And I think Tony will just fall apart, dude. So here's Deonna Purrazzo. She's at the Celebrity Poker Tour. Chips. Go ahead. You know, doing everything but wrestling on Dynamite there, and that's not a shot at her. So here's the full bracket. So Tony did reveal the bracket. So before the bracket was revealed, though, the brackets, rather, FTR already advanced to the semifinals. So, like, what? But the Bang Bang Gang versus Big Bill and Brian Keith. And then we have the Outrunners versus the Young Bucks and Gates of Agony versus Bro Dito. So FTR versus the Bucks? Like, what do you get out of this, man? Tag team title eliminator tournament. Tony just goes to fucking Casino Gauntlets tournaments. That's all he has. He has no creative anything. And here's what JD had to say about Tony Khan. And we'll talk about it. JD talked about Pro Wrestle Times on his show, and it popped me so hard, guys. I think it's in the Sicko segment, so we'll have to do it there. But I love what he said. He's like, I think your impression's more Andrew Dice Clay. You're not even doing it right. And it's like, JD, it evolved, right? Like, it's a bit, he doesn't know. I don't expect him to know, but it's like, no, dude, you'd get it if you like, you weren't always Dice, bro. It evolved to that. First you were over there, now you're over here now. But so let's hear what he has to say about Tony Khan. Here's his rant, and I thought he was cooking here. So we're going to play some JD.
AEW hasn't said a fucking word about Hulk Hogan. Not one single tweet from the official AEW account, not one single tweet from Tony Khan, not one mention of Hulk Hogan at all. Matt and Nick Jackson said something about Hulk Hogan. Sting said something about Hulk Hogan.
I love, did Nick Jackson say anything, or is it just like they get lumped together? Lumped together like two clumps of shit. No. Shout out the Bucks for being classy about that, though. For real. And they need to get back to their goddamn roots, man. We need to make the Young Bucks great again. No.
Those are the only two that I've seen publicly. Where's everybody else? Where is everyone else?
In fairness, no one has to say shit if they don't want to.
Have you guys figured it out yet? Have you guys figured it out yet? What have I been saying for years? Tony is basically just Vince McMahon Jr. without the sexual allegations.
Well, that's pretty harsh, but yeah, he is Tony McCon. Tony McCon. I've been saying it too, brother.
The man has struck so much fear in that company that they can't even respect the fucking dead. I haven't said anything on social media about it yet because I'm waiting to see what they do tomorrow. If they throw up a fucking graphic, if they do something in regards to mentioning his name tomorrow night on Collision. But the simple fact of the matter is everybody else in the fucking industry has said something about Hulk Hogan. TNA did something on Impact last night live in regards to Hulk Hogan.
Even fucking Billy Corgan's out here fucking... Let me ask you a question, Billy.
If you are a pro wrestler, you should have at least acknowledged the importance of what Hulk Hogan has done for this business. AEW has not said a fucking word. Adam Copeland said something about Hulk Hogan. I didn't see it.
Yeah. Fair enough, though. You brought it up. Oh, man, I was going to do a dice line there, but it's just, he just popped me with what he said. Adam Copeland said, well, fuck it, I guess. Well, I guess that's one, okay? So we got one fucking guy over.
That makes three. Do you know how disgusting that is? Do you know how awful that is? Again, Tony has backed himself into a corner because he can't do the human thing and pay respects to someone who paved the way for legitimately everybody in this fucking sport.
Yeah, that's what I said, too. I put a tweet out right away. Like, I saw some people jumping on him, and right away, like, not to defend Tony, but it's like, he's damned if he does or damned if he doesn't. I would just shut the fuck up. You know, whenever that's the case, just focus on your work. Don't even... You know, because I explained it already. Let's hear JD's take on it. He's coming to the same conclusion here, clearly. Oh, Little Boy Blue, meanie. He was a parody. Oh,
because if he bends a knee to the fucking right thing to do, the sickos aren't going to really be all that thrilled. He's got to cater to his fan base. He's got to cater to the woke AEW fan base. That's why that fan base is so fucking diseased. They got a couple of screws loose.
And down with the sickness.
Worst fan base in the history of sports as long as I've been alive is that fan base. You can't do or say anything without getting fucking canceled. There would not be an AEW without Hulk Hogan. The same guy that was on the network that they call home, who beat WWF for 83 fucking weeks. Yeah, that Hulk Hogan.
First he was over there in WWF. Now he's over here now.
Wouldn't be
With Sting. Oh.
a Warner
Sting, better get that checked.
Sports for pro wrestling without Hulk Hogan. Show the man some fucking respect. Honor his legacy, honor his influence, and do the right fucking thing. How fucking pathetic.
He is cooking, though. He's spinning.
The network that they call home would not be in the pro wrestling business without Terry Bollea. So fucking show the man some goddamn respect.
Yes. Oh, man. And JD just went off there. Only fitting AEW acknowledging the death of Hulk Hogan is done by none other than Tony Schiavone. So let's check this out here.
Fans, we appreciate you being with us here on Collision each and every Wednesday or each and every Saturday. Don't forget, Thursday will be Collision coming up live next week. And it was quite a week for all of us who have been in professional wrestling for a long time with the unexpected death of Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan was the man who brought
Yeah, good. I want the list.
professional wrestling into the mainstream in the 80s and in the 90s, right here on this network, right here on TNT. Almost 30 years ago, Hulk Hogan lit the fire that began the Monday Night Wars. And he also put WCW on the cable TV.
I wonder if fucking like Tony Khan on the fly was like, oh, quickly say this. Like, I wonder if that's what he did.
Right here on TNT. You know, sometimes we take a look at these stars that are bigger than life and we forget that they are just like us human. And we forget they have families that care about them. Our condolences go out to Hulk's family, his children, Brooke and Nick, his wife, Sky. And if you've never lost a member of your family, you have no idea what the pain they are going through right now. And believe you me, it is intense. From all of us here at All Elite Wrestling, RIP, brother.
Classy. I'm glad they did that. And yeah, just the worst section in just the internet in general are these people who pretend like they're infallible, they're perfect, they're immaculate beings who've never swore, sinned, who've never fucking cheated or lied or done something that they go, fuck, man, I just shouldn't have did that or whatever. You know, there's varying degrees of fuck ups. I wonder if Tony called this on the fly, and it's just a classy move for them to say something. But again, they're just going to get shitted on. I'm already looking at it. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. That was all in the chat together now, actually. Ichi Nissan Da. That was AEW news, ladies and gentlemen.